Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters. This is a quick video guide on how to configure your Hajj with AE package with Ikram al-Daif now that our program, alhamdulillah, is live. As you would have seen and heard the details from Sheikh Abu Isa himself during the Go Live webinar, and also through all the information and the shared in the brochure and in the channel. But I want to start here with the your dashboard landing page. So all of you by now are probably familiar with logging into Nusuk and getting your OTP. And as soon as you log in, you land in this dashboard landing page. And you would have probably tried to configure packages before, whether you had already a chance to configure one of the Ikram al-Dayf shifting Anjam 304, 305, 307, which are the Hajj with AE program, or any other random package that you might have configured previously, just to get into the groove of understanding the options and the things that you need to do in order to configure a package and save it into your basket. And you would know that you have a package configured when you come into your dashboard. You'll see here, as you can see in the lower left corner, it says My Package, which is Ikram al-Dayf Shifting and Jam 304. That's one of the packages that constitute our program. Or if you look in the top right corner, you will see in that shopping cart, there will be a little green dot. And this indicates that you have a package configured and saved. And if you click on it, just left click, you will see the package. And I want you, before you start configuring the package the right way, just whatever you have done before, go and click on your shopping cart and remove configured package, get back into a clean slate, and let's follow this guide into how to configure the package. See, now it no longer says in the lower left here, no longer says My Package, but says a preferred package, because I have already put this as a preferred package for myself. Now, when you're in your dashboard, obviously the top ribbon, there's dashboard, packages, service providers, become a guide. You want to go to the packages tab. I'm going to show you different ways on how to find the Hajj with AE Ikram al-Dayf package. So you can, obviously, when you go to the packages, you will see all the packages available to you. And then there's this search for a package bar. So all you have to do is type Ikram al-Dayf, and it will show you all the Ikram al-Dayf. See, I misspelled. You can go Ikram, and it will show you all the Ikram al-Dayf packages. Now keep in mind that this is case sensitive, so if I go lowercase Ikram, it will not show anything. And the quickest thing to do to find our packages, if you write Anjam and you click enter, so it'll give you the Anjam packages, and ours are the 304, 305, and 307, the Ikram al-Dayf shifting packages. Right, more on that later. But there's even an easier way to do that. If you're in your dashboard, you've already logged into Nusuk. If you go back to the Telegram channel, we've shared some direct links, like you can see here, Ikram al-Dayf shifting 304, 305, 307. So if you click on one of these direct links, it will take you immediately to the details page of the package, where you can then just click configure package on the lower right here, and you can start configuration that way. Obviously, this only works if you're already logged into Nusuk. If you have not logged into Nusuk yet and you click on these direct links, what it will do is it will take you to the login page of Nusuk, and you will have to put in your credentials. And once you're logged in, then you need to go back and click on that link again, so that it opens a new tab. So now that we are in the details page, you can read some information about the package. You scroll down on the lower right corner, there's a green button that says configure package. Click on that. And there we go, we start configuring. So the first thing here, you can see it's camps. And it gives you two choices, Majar al-Kabsh camp and al-Mu'asim camp. As has been already said over and over, the fact that we have Majar al-Kabsh camp as a choice here in the configuration page is a mistake, is an error. And it could be taken down between now and the time sales go live. But regardless of what happens, do not choose Majar al-Kabsh, because our program is a Mu'asim camp only. And as a matter of fact, you're exposing yourself to problems if you select Majar al-Kabsh, because first of all, it's oversubscribed. So many people go for Majar al-Kabsh with so much limited seating. So you're limiting your chances of securing a package in phase one. Second of all, there's a chance that it because it's an error and it's not really a part of our program, it might not let you check out. Third of all, which is, I mean, if you by some magical chances you get past Nusuk and it allows you to select this and you find a spot, then you're going to be on your own because no one is going to be there. No guides, no program. We are al Muaisam camp only. So please, when you go to configure your Hajj AE package, just select al Muaisam camp and then scroll down and go next to the next page. The next page is rooming configuration. So rooming configuration, there's a bit to be said here. It starts with the Mecca Hotel 1, and then the Mecca Hotel 2, which is our Azizia base camp, Holiday Inn, and then it says Medina. But even though the order is reversed, remember that we are a Medina first program, right? It doesn't matter the order in this page here while you're configuring your package. Our program starts in Medina. Make sure that you understand this fully, especially if you are coming on a custom flight, so that you make sure that you arrive in Medina. So the choosing of a room in Nusuk, I want you to understand that what it gives you is a bed in a shared room. So when you choose a double room, it doesn't mean that if you and your spouse are coming together in one profile and you both select double, that you're guaranteed a double room as a couple. What it means is that you are guaranteed 2 spots in double shared room, right? You need to understand this so that you know what you're walking into. However, in our program, we've always strived to keep families together, to keep groups together. So where possible, almost I would say 99% of the time, we are successful in keeping everybody together. But I just want you to understand that what the system gives you is a bed in a shared double, triple, or quad room. The second thing is, depending on your party, you will be able to configure as many beds as there are Hujjaj on your package. So on my account here, there's only one. It's only myself. So once I select, let's say I select a quad room in Mecca, that's it. I cannot select anything else. Now, if there's 2 of you, you'll be able to select 1 and 2, right? If there's 4 of you, 4, you'll be able to select 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so on and so forth. Now, one thing to understand about keeping rooms together. So you will notice here that when you select, let's say I selected quad in Mecca, right? In Azizia, we only have the quads choice, so there's nothing else. I chose quad in Mecca. When I go to Medina, it's allowing me now to choose a double, right? Historically, we know this has never been allowed. It's whatever you choose in your Mecca hotel is what you choose in your Medina. And where there was errors that allowed people to mix between the room types between Mecca and Medina, what may end up happening is that you end up paying for the double, which is the more expensive one. However, you get quad because you selected quad in Mecca, right? Which is a situation you don't want to be. So in order to keep it simple, just stay consistent. Whatever you choose in Mecca, choose in Medina. Azizia is pretty much a choice made for you. It's only quad, right? Make sure that you stick to that selection, and then you carry forward and you click next. The next piece is additional services and adahi. And this page you just completely ignore, right? You do not need to waste your time with this. We will help you sort out a wheelchair if you need one. Adahi is going to be sorted out by us on the ground, as Sheikh Abu Isa explained, and will explain furthermore, inshallah, later on. You just ignore this. Obviously, anything that you add to your package means longer processing time at checkout time. And if you have been through Nusuk before, or you know someone who has, then you understand that every minute, every second is valuable when the sales are live, right? So just ignore this page, scroll right down, and click next. Now, the next page is, while it loads here, is an important one because it is number 4. It's the flights. Right, and you can see that it starts with service provider flights, and these are what we call the group flights. These are what the service provider has booked and reserved for people traveling on this package. And you kind of see different flights based on your region. I'm Canadian, so I get to see flights from North America, from Canada and the United States. And as you can see here, I can see the Qatar Airways flight that leaves from Toronto to Medina, and then from Jeddah back to Toronto. And then there's also, this is via Doha, of course, and I can also see this New York flight, and I can see the select custom flight module, which we'll come down to speak about. But before we go and speak about custom flights, please understand that there is a strategy to what packages to select, to hit, and what flights are most appropriate. I'm going to take you back to this Hajj brochure. You all have seen it in the Go Live webinar. It's been shared with you in the group in the same, as a matter of fact, it's in the same message where you have the direct links in the channel. You have the link to the brochure. The brochure will tell you, for example, that if you're Canadian, right, or you're from you're from the UK, flying out of Manchester, then you want to select the 304. You want to go for the 304 package and select that Toronto. Go for that Toronto Qatar Airways group flight, and the and then the Saudi from the Qatar Airways from Manchester as well, right? And it also tells you the brochure to avoid these flights, the list of flights that might appear for you depending on your location, of course. The New York flight for 304, the Heathrow flight, and then there's the ones that we shaded in red, like this Stansted Egypt flight, whatever, because it arrives late, right? So I want you guys to go and read this document and understand where you fit in. So 304 is really for people coming from Manchester and from Canada. 305, we want you to go to 305 if you're flying out of London, or if you're flying out of the United States, because there's a good flight leaving from on that package from Washington Dulles Airport, from Washington DC, right? And there's a list of flights that might appear to you based on your location, which we recommend that you avoid. And 307 is the perfect one for Australians coming on that want to join the Emirates flight, the group flight from Sydney, or anyone who wants to go on a custom flight because they have some specific needs to configure a Musafir option. So go back to this document, stay tuned to the strategy that will be shared throughout the coming webinars, and also through our bot. Now I'm going back to so obviously if coming from Toronto, I just click select flight and I go next. That's it, flight selected, and it goes to the next page. I'm going to go back now and walk you through Musafir, just so that you have an understanding of what goes on Musafir. Obviously, these service provider flights are your best bet into securing your package because they're quick. You see, as soon as you click select package, you go next, it's there, it's selected. Actually, if you have a configured package and you've saved configuration, there's a good chance that when sales go live, you're going to go to your package, to your shopping cart there on the top right corner. You click on it and you'll be able to check out immediately because you've already saved configuration. Whereas when you select Musafir, this acknowledge and select a flight, see the select custom flight. When you click on this one, it's going to open the Musafir interface where you will have to select your flights, right? And whatever you select now when you save your configuration will probably be reset when the sales go live. So when everybody's scrambling to secure their place, you are going to have an additional step to go through to do this Musafir. But it is what it is. If you need to get a custom flight, then you need to do it. There's no way out. So there's two different types, of course, like any other travel website that you use to book your flights or travel plans. There's a round trip and multi-city. And because we are a Medina First program, you need to go multi-city because you want to arrive in Medina and then leave out of Jeddah, right? This is the best way. You do not want to complicate your way coming in if you're going to Jeddah on a round trip. So arriving in Jeddah and then you need to sort out transportation into Medina. You're going to arrive tired. It's just not ideal. The best thing is to select multi-city, land in Medina, and depart from Jeddah. So I'm going to show you two different options for when you go custom flight. I'm from Calgary, so if I want to fly out of Calgary, and I'll try to go to Medina. Me select, so Medina, Saudi Arabia, right? And I want to travel on the 14th, of course, because our program starts on the 16th, the programming, but we want everybody to be there in Medina on the 15th, ideally, right? And then I want to leave on the 1st from Jeddah to YYC, of course, Calgary Airport. And then I will click show flights, like you probably are accustomed to on any other flight booking tool. It'll take some time to spit out the selection that you can choose. So as you can see, it's given me some options here through Seattle with Emirates, and this would be arriving so on the 16th at 3 a.m. Not ideal really, because it's just too late on arrival. I'm gonna try to find. Yeah, see, this one arrives on the 15th in the evening. That's much better. All right. Want to see? Yeah, you just want to see what is the most convenient. Let's say I wanted to select this one, then I can go just select and move on. Right. Sometimes these prices as well. Please be aware that these will change because these prices are spot prices and they will change between now and when sales go live. There's another thing that you can do when you have to select, when you have to come on custom flight. Let's say there are people that want specific flights and they don't want to book the long haul flight through Musafir because prices are higher, whatever, whatnot. You can choose to go from, say, Dubai, since Dubai is an international hub. You can select a flight out of Dubai to Medina, and then Jeddah to Dubai, um, and then you book your own flight from wherever you're coming from into Dubai, right? And I'm gonna say from Dubai on the 15th and leave on the 1st. Absolutely. You click on that and you will have sometimes more options. They're cheaper flights, easier to find. So this has worked for many people before. They book, let's say, from Canada, from Australia, from whatever, from the US, and they come to Dubai and then they book through Musafir. Because when you check out your Hajj package through Nusuk, you cannot check out the package without selecting a flight. And if you cannot, you have to select a flight, and then so if you want to book a long haul flight outside of Nusuk, outside of Musafir, you cannot do it. Otherwise, you will not be able to secure your package. But the only way out is to book a small flight, regional flight in the Middle East to Medina and from Jeddah to that city, and then sort out your travels to Dubai, for example, accordingly. So if I click select, just so we can see how it works. Oh, he gave me an error. It did not like that. I don't know why. Let's see again. From to Medina on the 15th and Jeddah to Dubai. First, I'm just going to select this flight. It doesn't want to. Interesting. Let's see again. Dubai to Medina. Jeddah to Dubai. I'll try this one more time. If it doesn't work, then I will try the Calgary route again. So I'm gonna go try another flight. Let's try this one. Yeah. See, sometimes Musafir does that. I was just trying this yesterday, and it was working just fine. I'm going to try again through Calgary to Medina. And then Jeddah to Calgary. Let's show these flights. I'll just select this one that arrives on the 15th. I just want to show you what happens when you select. And then you have to acknowledge and click submit to move forward. It will, of course, go into process, just making sure that it's booking your ticket, right? It takes some time to book your ticket. And that will be exactly what happens on the day sales are live. That's why it takes some time, some extra time. Then it takes you to the next page. Now let's go back one more time and just select a group flight to just continue with this demo. But now you get the idea of what you need to do and why you would go to custom flight. So I'm going to select this flight for the sake of the demo and click next. Then it will take you to the transportation to choose between private car and package transportation. Always choose package transportation. It will select for you Medina and Mecca to Jeddah. Right, everything will be selected automatically. You can then click next. And there it is, brothers and sisters. You have configured your package. It will show you the summary of your accommodation, your camp selection, which as I've said, only MySum Camp is accepted choice. And then you will show you your flights, which you can also view the specific details of the flight you selected, a bit of a summary about the transportation, some more information about the package and the cancellation policy. And you want to scroll all the way to the end and save configuration. Now that you saved your configuration, it will kick you back to the dashboard where you can see now the green dot appeared again, meaning you have a package configured. And hopefully on the day Nusuk sales go live, all you will need to do is log in. Once you've logged in, you'll be able to just left click on the shopping cart. There will be a button here instead of this configure package and remove. There'll be a button that says checkout. So you'll be able to click checkout, move funds straight from the e-wallet to the to pay for the package, and that's it. You've secured your package for Hajj in 2026. Jazakumullah khair.